Ed Brill, welcome at the Munich Digital Institute. Yesterday, IBM had an impressive launch event in New York, and you had live satellite events all over the world. And it was about a new product of IBM, now known as IBM Verse. And with that, you proclaim a new way to work. Could you explain a bit what's behind that IBM Verse?
Yeah, so IBM Verse is a new email experience in a space that has been ripe for innovation for decades. Email has been around for a long time, but we still today mostly use an inbox and folders kind of metaphor that's been around since the 60s. Our idea with IBM Verse was how could we make email about more information, less clutter, and have a system that could connect me as an individual better to the organization and surface only information that's relevant at the right time using analytics and some social cues to understand what's most important to me.
Okay. So IBM is known as the leader in social business and tools for social business for a while now. How does it fit together with your tools like IBM Connections or Same Time or the cloud environments?
Yeah, so I think of Verse as being the sort of employee experience, the end user front end or dashboard view into what's most relevant to them inside of all those capabilities in collaboration and social. So rather than having to go find the information, the Verse has a faceted search capability that can look across all of that and bring only the most relevant information to the user directly.
Okay. So you are responsible now for the social transformation or the status of social within IBM. What, from your personal experience, what changed in your daily work or in your when you look at your work style over the last years due to social collaboration?
Yeah, so I think that what's changed is that we have a better appreciation for the knowledge of our experts within the organization, and we're less concerned about where they sit in a hierarchy and more concerned about their ability to contribute to the marketplace or to the organization. So that ability to connect people to people is probably the most important element of the social capabilities, where the knowledge used to sit locked inside of individuals sitting in departments or geographies you may never have encountered. Now we have this very open environment where people at all levels talk to each other and are able to address client requirements and innovation in the market much faster than ever before.
And can you talk about the challenges you are faced with within social, within IBM?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges is that, like any network effect anywhere, there are only so many people who want to participate as contributors. There's a lot more people that want to sort of be spectators. And it's just like a party. You go to a party, not everybody is talking at once. There have to be people that are listening as well. But we'd like to have more people talking. Okay. And I think that part of the way that we will do this actually is Verse, because it brings together the traditional way of working in email that many people still find is the most comfortable and natural, along with the way of social that also many people find natural today.
So finally, the Munich Digital Institute will help the German Mittelstand to deal with the digital transformation.
Yes.
So what top 3 recommendations you could give when it comes to digital and social?
Yeah, I think one is that you have to have a defined strategy. You need to know where you want the company to go and what your objectives are. What are the business outcomes that you want as a result of adopting these kinds of technologies? 2 is you have to have a program in place for organizational change and cultural change, because it's not enough to just throw technology at the problem. You have to have some encouragement and some sort of starter to ignite the organization to participate. And the 3rd is to be accepting of outliers in the conversation. So one of the things that social does is it tends to surface a little bit more dissent than a lot of organizations are used to. And I think that that's healthy because it leads to better business outcomes to have those kind of conversations. But you have to have a position in place. At IBM we call it treasuring wild ducks, because the wild ducks are the ones that you can't really predict what they're going to say. So this is the same, that if you can have that idea that we're going to have innovation come from anywhere, but it could be a little bit different than we're used to, that's a good thing.
Okay. Ed, thank you very much for that interview.
Thanks for the opportunity.